Hello and welcome to day 22 of my 30-day challenge where I run 10k per day and do a strength workout. The workout, as per usual for this week, was done in the morning, and what I'm doing now is running the 10k for the day. Good pace so far, between 5 and 6. I can't exactly tell, right now it's 5. I definitely have been going faster. Let's see how I hold up, because it is somewhat tiring. I'm starting a third consecutive video from the same park. The levels of commitment are insane. You know, I even start the videos from the same spot with the same flea stop as well though. So the levels of hygiene are atrocious. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Just kidding. Alright, anyone that has been following me, thanks for tuning in again. For anyone that is new, I hope you enjoy this video. Day 22, just starting it. I mean, I did the workout in the morning. I'm just starting the video now. I do hope you enjoy it, because the weather's beautiful again for the third day in a row. Insane. Alright, I will speak to you a bit later on in the video. You'll see the workout, you'll see a screenshot of the actual workout, where you can take the pic from it, screenshot it as well, and then you can try it out. But yeah, I will be tuning in back again, guys. So, speak to you in a bit. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful sun. People playing tennis. Absolutely mesmerizing. Alright, in a bit. Okay, run's now complete. I was really excited about this run. Had a double espresso just before, and I think I just achieved one of my goals that I had set out for me to do by the end of the challenge. I actually set the goal yesterday. But first, look at the workout. Then I'll talk to you about what went down today. It was a good run though, I can guarantee that. So, I just spilled my protein on me. It also started raining. Pleasant times, indeed. You must have just seen the workout though. So let's talk about it, shall we? Enough formalities. Right, started off with a chest exercise today. It was not a superset as per usual for my chest and back. I started with a chest exercise. Now, I really wanted to do a lower chest exercise or flies, but the gym was cramped up, so instead I did incline bench press once again. However, it wasn't like yesterday where I did focus on my strength. Instead, I did 3 sets of 8 reps each. So that's that incline bench press, focusing on the upper chest. You know, it's not optimal when it comes to weekly planning, but it is better than just me sitting around in the gym and just waiting for people to leave. But yeah, afterwards I went on to one of my favorite back exercises, an underhand barbell back row. The stance is feet shoulder width apart. you position yourself at a 45-degree angle at your hips and then your back. Try and have a straight back as much as possible. Slightly retract your rear delts and focus on rowing with your lats. Don't overextend the row. Don't really rely on your biceps and your shoulders on the way down throughout the negative. Really try and control both parts of the movement with your lats. So the concentric and eccentric contraction, really focusing on the lats. This is vital for this exercise because this way, with the shoulder retraction and 45-degree stance, you are protecting your waist. But yeah, lovely exercise and I do love doing it. Some people prefer the pronated version, so the overhand grip. However, I feel like it is a bit more unsafe for your shoulders, hence why I go for the supinated version, the other underhand grip, and it is, as I said, one of my favorite back exercises. Now, this was done for 3 sets as well. So after those 2, I went on to doing a compound set for my biceps. A bit of an old school approach, old school for me because I was doing it a few months ago quite frequently. Compound set is basically regular dumbbell curls, do that to failure, then with a lower weight, going to cross body curls. The regular dumbbell curls are quite straightforward, just feet shoulder width apart, and then you curl slowly and controlled. The tempo is 1-2, 1 second up, 2 seconds down. On the negative, really focusing on the biceps brachialis one. But you then go on to really tiring the biceps muscle group with those cross body curls. Thing is that you go to a lower weight straight after the dumbbell curls with the cross body curls, lower weight with them, and then you really tire the biceps muscle group with them. Now the focus there is spread around between the biceps brachii short head, the brachialis and the brachioradialis because of that turn across the body that's occurring, you know. So lovely exercise, and combining these 2, you're really tiring the biceps muscle group out with just 3 compound sets. On Saturday, I did a calisthenics workout. I felt like my triceps were a bit too damaged from the dips that I did on that day, and then I did triceps push-ups with dumbbells. I felt like my triceps were a bit too fatigued today, so I didn't do any triceps exercise, and this is like one of the other reasons why I went for a compound set for my biceps. So yeah, no triceps, and then I went on to a shoulder exercise for my rear delts, which is a chest supported upright row. You really lean into an incline bench. It is a chest supported exercise. You don't really have to worry about how to support yourself besides just having 2 dumbbells to perform the exercise. Really have a 90-degree at your shoulder joint, and then you really roll up until your elbow is parallel with your shoulder. So sort of like that. I don't know whether I'm actually showing the right thing because it is a bit dark, but yeah, you also see the exercise on the screen. So you roll until your elbows are parallel with your shoulders. Lovely exercise. You can really do something manageable, and then you tire the muscle out with a bit of partials, but don't overdo it because the focus is, remember, on the rear delts. And if you overforce the reps, the partials towards the end, you might be involving too much of your front delts or your biceps, and we don't want that. The workout was finished with a Smith machine leg raise. I love the variation of the leg raises being performed with the Smith machine because it is moving. You know how the Smith machine is static, but once you unhinge it, there's a slight movement that adds up to the tension that you feel in your abs once you're performing this exercise. So it becomes slightly a bit more trickier, let's put it this way. And I love this exercise. Slow and controlled movements. You can also go a bit rapid depending on preference. I do prefer performing them in a slower manner, but if you're one of them explosive guys, just feel free to dash through the Smith machine and really bend the bar. Just kidding. But yeah, anyways, I do have some protein left. I'll try not to spill all of it on me. Rain stopped now, and I'll be heading home. And I somehow almost forgot to talk about the run, which is insane considering the fact that it was my fastest 10k run so far, and it is day 22. I still have 8 days to even beat that. But let's rewind a bit. Last week, towards the beginning of it, and then towards the middle of it, I was really bummed about the fact that I couldn't go below 6 my average pace for my runs. And then I really pushed on Friday. I got an average pace below 6 on that run. I proved to myself that it is possible, so I repeated it on Saturday. Then on Sunday, which is yesterday, what I did was approach the run with a bit more interval approach, you know, where I run a certain pace at the beginning to get used to the run, because I was a bit heavier as well. And then I decided to experiment and then run 3 kilometers at a faster pace, drop the pace for another kilometer, and then went rapidly, and so on and so forth, till I did the 10k, which resulted in me having my fastest 10k just by experimenting and trying out something new, which is great. However, the average pace was not below 5, but it was my fastest 10k. And what I said yesterday was, my time yesterday was 1 hour and 2 minutes for the 10k. And I said to myself, okay, all right, I've got 9 days left. Let's try and go below 1 hour on the 10k. What did I do? Following day, I beat my 10k record again, and I dropped below that hour mark, and significantly, with like 6 minutes. Yeah, the time was 54 minutes. The average pace was 5:17, which is great. One of my main goals, I've stated previously, is to improve, become more endurant, and hopefully faster. These past days have been proving that to me, and I'm really happy because as I said, I was bummed last week that I couldn't actually do that, but then I proved to myself that I can do it. Now I've done it consecutive days, getting faster. I can feel that my legs are getting stronger, even though I'm running 10k every day. Did I do anything differently? Well, before the run I had a double shot of espresso and an isotonic drink. At a certain point I did feel dehydrated because of the coffee, which should not have happened, to be fair. I mean, because it did happen quite early, like around the 3rd kilometer mark. And yeah, I don't know whether it actually helped, because coffee, like caffeine and water, is helpful before performing an endurance workout or a run. That's like one thing that you can do. So I do think it did help, but I also felt dehydrated because of the coffee, like quicker than I usually do. Also, I need to buy like a running belt where I can bring a bottle with me, because I'm not really bringing any liquids with me, and this is like a rookie mistake. And this might be the reason why my stomach cramps up from time to time, and it might actually improve my performance. Not might, actually, it will. So I need to invest in that. Overall, quite happy with the run. Fastest 10k, once again, 3rd run, below 6 average pace, smashing it. I do hope you guys are happy when you work out as well. When you hit a new PR, when you run faster, when you complete a half marathon, a marathon, whatever it may be. Just be happy once you hit those milestones, because it does prove that your work is paying off, and you should be happy. Alright, I've been waffling for a while now. That's day 22 in the bags, you know. It's going to be a combined video, you already know, but yeah, it's going to be a combined video with day 23, so I will see you tomorrow. So, speak soon. Soon being tomorrow. Alright, in a bit.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy.
Yo, what's happening, people? Day 23 of my 30-day challenge, where I run 10 kilometers and do a strength workout. But the workout, as usual, this and the past week was done in the morning. You will see it later on. For now, just a bit above 7 kilometers into today's run. For anyone that has been following me, thank you for tuning in again. For anyone that is new, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a few more kilometers left. I will tune in later on, talk about the run, the workout. You will see it on the screen as well, and then we'll talk a bit more. For now, let's begin.
It sound right, boys. Sound right, boy.
Yo, emerging once again from this lovely bench here, which seems to be a favorite of mine by now, considering the fact that it is probably the 4th video recap, more so daily recap, that I'm doing from it. And it is cold today, and I'm not going to be removing my hood. So in the meantime, or more so for the time being, you can imagine that I am Batman. Okay? Emerging from the darkness. Enough of this, quick chat now. You would have just seen the workout. Basically, what I did today was no specific distributions of the sets or the exercises whatsoever. It was just starting off with my chest, then my back, then my biceps, then my triceps, then my shoulders. Each exercise was done for 3 sets. So starting off with the chest, I did a decline dumbbell chest press, really hitting the lower part of your chest. With this one, you need to be careful with the weight because you're in a decline position. It's a bit tougher for the shoulders to just maintain that position of the movement. It is not more demanding for them when you're pushing, but just that position is a bit tricky for the shoulders, so be mindful of that and pick your weight wisely. Another thing that I would say is the safest option is for you to, when you're dropping the weight down on the negative, the safest option is to just stop at a 90-degree angle at the elbow and then align it with your shoulders. But then if you have got the strength and the power, and if you pick the appropriate weight, you can just really go below that angle, just go below your shoulders, not align with them, and then have a bigger range of motion for you to push. Another thing is, don't just try and push the weight out, but like really try and gather the dumbbells up instead of just pushing. Just try and gather them on the way up. You're not doing flies, the grip is still a pronated one, but try and gather the dumbbells on the way up. So that's it for the chest. Then from the back, I did lat press. Crucial for this one is to have you standing at a 45-degree angle, and then once you're bringing the cable towards your body, like that downward motion of the cable where you're really pulling, you attack the movement with your chest on the way up. You sort of straighten yourself, but you do start at a nice 45-degree angle. This way you get a better contraction out of the exercise. It overall makes it better this way. This is my personal opinion. Now your legs need to be a bit narrower than shoulder width apart. I would say that this exercise gets the lats in an insane way. Like the sensation it brings to the muscle is just great. Top 3 back exercises in my opinion. Now moving on to the biceps, I did classic dumbbell hammer curls, targeting the long head of the biceps brachii, then the brachialis and the brachioradialis as well, because of that neutral grip that the exercise offers. Lovely, straightforward, classic exercise. And then afterwards, for my triceps, I did a incline bench, cable tricep extension. Basically, you lay down on the bench. I like doing it with the V-shape attachment because then with that grip, the exercise focuses on the medial and the lateral head of the triceps brachii, which is what I want from this exercise. Really starting at that 90-degree position at the elbow, just above your head, boom, fully extended arm, and then going back to 90 degrees. Now if you do it with a rope, you'll be putting more focus on the long head as well, with like a long rope, which would then increase that range of motion. But I like doing this with the V-shape attachment, starting at 90 degrees angle at the elbow, and really get the lateral head and the medial head of the triceps brachii. Then finishing off with a lovely exercise for the front delts. Now, I don't know how I haven't shown this before within that challenge, because it is a great exercise, one of my favorite exercises for front delts. So it's basically easy back front raise. The good thing about this one is you go for an underhand grip, and you don't necessarily need to grab the easy bar. You can just hold it with your palms up and really just clench it like that with your thumb. But again, for you to do this, you need to have very light weights on, or just the bar. And trust me, just do a lot of reps and increase the range of motion. Like really lift your arms up above shoulder level, you know, like that. You see it in the video. The way I like doing them is just really increasing the range of motion. Lightweight, you could go for 1-2 tempo. I like going for 2-2 tempo, especially if I'm not tired. If I'm tired but still want to hit my front delts with this exercise, I go for 1-2. But yeah, you can do slower tempo, bigger range of motion, lower weights, an absolute killer for your front delts. But yeah, that's it for the workout. The run, 4th run, ladies and gentlemen, which I have gone for an average pace of below 6. The pace for today, average pace, was 5:39. The distance covered was 10k as per usual. Now since I've started running those runs faster, I've really been struggling with just going that extra kilometer, which I did at the beginning of the challenge. I've been stopping at around the 10 kilometer mark rather than just pushing for an extra kilometer. which is always nice. But yeah, basically all my goals of just becoming faster and consistent with this are, well, faster I have become, consistent. Let's see if I finish this challenge. I know I will, but let's not get cocky. But yeah, I've gone faster, and looking at the average pace, I feel like I've cemented myself at just doing those runs below 6 average pace. And now I feel like I need to really challenge myself and start averaging a pace below 5.5. Like, this is the next goal. Let's see, I will be aiming for that for the upcoming days. And if I can manage that, I will need an average pace of 5 to go for a 10k at 50 minutes. And this is the next goal. So for the upcoming days, I will really try and average a pace below 5.5, which I have been able to do so far on those faster runs. But let's see if I can keep it up and really average a pace below 5.5 for the upcoming days. Then if I see I can, I'll really push it on the final days of the challenge to go for a 10k run at 50 minutes or even below that. But let's see how this develops. I'm confident I can make it. Again, let's not get cocky. Day 23 is in the backs now. So there's like 7 days left of the challenge, a week, a good time to really push and see what happens. But yeah, boys and girls, that's it for day 23. Let's stay in touch, shall we? Of course we would want that. Well, with that in mind, I'll see you tomorrow for day 24.